Sorry.
Good morning, Member Powers.
Good morning, Mia.
Madam Chair, it is now 9 a.m.
Well, thank you so very much, Amanda, Mia. So, are we going to be providing, the instructions now for the translation, please?
Vicky, if you don't mind.
Yes. Would you like me to start with that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Bienvenidos sean todos y muchas gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Antes de empezar la reunión, la audiencia, explicaremos las funciones necesarias para acceder a la interpretación simultánea al español. Si están utilizando su computadora portátil o computadora de escritorio, favor de localizar el icono con figura de globo en la parte inferior de su pantalla cuando este aparezca en un minuto y luego pulsen en interpretación del lenguaje, Language Interpretation, y seleccionen el idioma español. Si están conectándose desde su teléfono, iPad o dispositivo similar, busquen el menú con los 3 puntitos en la esquina superior del lado derecho de su pantalla y pulsen Interpretación del lenguaje, Language Interpretation y luego Español. Esto permite que escuchen la traducción al español con un 80% de volumen y el audio en inglés se escuchará al fondo con un 20% de volumen. Tienen la opción de apagar el audio en inglés pulsando Mute Original Audio, ubicado en el mismo menú donde eligieron el idioma español. Gracias. Madam Clerk, that is the end of the instructions in Spanish. Would you like them also given in English, or are we good?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you are using your laptop or desktop computer today, please look for the globe figure at the bottom of your screen when it appears in a moment and choose language interpretation and then select English. If you are connecting from your telephone, your iPad, or a similar device, look for the menu with the little 3 dots at the top right of your screen, and also click on language interpretation and then English. This will permit you to be able to hear the entire hearing in English. Thank you so much. I believe the channels will be activated now in a moment.
Thank you, Vicky.
You're welcome.
So thank you, Vicky, very much for the translation. So good morning, everybody. I would like to call the February 9th, 2023 APCD Hearing Board meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll and swear in any witnesses?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I call the roll, I would like to note that all members are participating via teleconference. As such, all votes will be taken by roll call vote. Member Gonzalez?
Present.
Member Powers?
Present.
Member Spencer?
Present.
Vice Chair Schlick?
Here.
Chair Rodriguez?
Present.
Madam Chair, for the record, I would like to also acknowledge the presence of alternate member Engelman today. I would ask that the following individuals please identify themselves for the record. Hearing Board Counsel.
Emily Helm, Senior Deputy County Counsel, Counsel for the Hearing Board.
Air Pollution Control District staff.
Mary Mahoney, Civil Actions Investigator for the district.
Thank you. I will now swear in those that wish to provide testimony on any item on today's agenda. This includes petitioners, respondents, and APCD staff. Please turn your video on at this time and raise your right hand for the swearing in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give in the matter before this hearing board is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Madam Chair.
Well, thank you so very much, Madam Clerk. And before we proceed, with our administrative items, Madam Clerk, have we received any requests from members of the public that wish to address the board today on non-agenda public communication?
Thank you, Chair Rodriguez. We have received no requests from members of the public to address the board under non-agenda public communication today. However, if there are any members of the public on the teleconference line wishing to address the board at this time under non-agenda public comment, please raise your hand now by pressing *9 or using the raise hand feature on Zoom. Madam Chair, seeing no hands raised, there are no members of the public wishing to provide public comment today.
Well, thank you so very much. Now, Madam Clerk, if that is the case, then let's proceed with the approval of statement of proceedings or minutes for January 26, 2023. Excuse me. Have the members of the board had an opportunity to review, the statement of proceedings? And are there any comments?
Yeah, I actually have suggestions for 2 edits. If you can put up the draft statement of proceedings on the second page, please, Madam Clerk.
That's page 2.
Of the draft statement of proceedings, correct. It's going to be under petition 4527 specifically that I want to put up.
Here we go. Could it be the next page?
Okay. Well, the board order, actually, there's a minute order that comes later. So in the packet that we got, I believe it's page 1. I believe it's page 6.
Page 6. I apologize.
That's fine.
One moment. Thank you for your patience. Page 6. Here we go.
Perfect. So under 4527, at the bottom, in the second item labeled action, it says action on motion of member Spencer, seconded by member Powers, the Air Pollution Control District Hearing Board accepted the district's presentation as exhibit 2. That should read the respondent's presentation because the district's presentation was exhibit 1.
That is, thank you for the eagle eyes, no, Dr. Spencer.
And the same verbiage is repeated in the draft minute order, so that should be changed there too.
That is noted. Thank you, Dr. Spencer.
Okay.
Are there any other comments from the members of the board? Are there any comments from the APCD staff?
Yes, I just wanted to suggest a minor edit correction. It's on page 6, and it is, I'm sorry, it's at the top of page 7. Under action, the date of the regularly scheduled meeting should read February 23rd instead of 24th. And then on page 12, it needs an identical edit where again, it should say February 23rd instead of February 24th.
Thank you that you brought that up, Mary, because definitely Dr. Spencer's escaped me, but that date I said, I'm confused. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Madam Clerk, have you noted the revisions?
They have been noted, Madam Chair.
Perfect. No, can actually we get a motion to accept, the statement of proceedings of the minutes for January 26, 2023 with the revisions already incorporated herein?
I would make that motion, accept the minutes with the revisions.
Yes, with the revisions. Thank you so very much, Mr. Powers. Do I get a second? I'll second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Member Gonzalez,
Aye.
Member Powers,
Aye.
Member Spencer,
Aye.
Vice Chair Schlick,
Aye.
Chair Rodriguez.
Well, thank you so very much. Aye, Harley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, that motion passes with all members present voting aye. Approval of the statement of proceedings minutes for January 26, 2023 as amended.
Now I can say thank you so very much. And I love, the teamwork on this one. So that's what I was actually thinking. Perfect. Continuing with the agenda items as presented, we're going to continue with we will now open discussion to renew the continuance for teleconferencing meeting option. Madam Clerk, could you please show, the code, as well as provide, the background?
Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Chair Rodriguez. Effective October 1st, 2021, AB 361 amended the Brown Act to allow suspension of the general teleconferencing requirements if there is a proclaimed state of emergency and state or local officials have imposed or recommended measures to promote social distancing. Revised teleconferencing requirements must still be met, including providing notice of the meeting as otherwise required by the Brown Act, and providing an opportunity for all persons to attend and to address the legislative body directly via call-in option or an internet-based option. In order for this board to continue with meetings under revised teleconferencing procedures, the hearing board must again adopt a resolution with required findings and adopt a resolution to renew those findings every 30 calendar days. The requested action before your board today is to adopt the resolution entitled Resolution Authorizing Continuance of Teleconference Public Meetings Pursuant to Government Code Section 54953.
Thank you so very much, Madam Clerk. As it is customary, we actually have the presence of Dr. Spencer, a specialist, and certainly, Dr. Spencer, I will, leave you the floor, to give us a status update.
Certainly. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thankfully, the respiratory numbers have come down from where they were a couple of months ago, although they have ticked up a little bit. So we're still not completely out of the woods in terms of numbers. Flu and RSV are down, but a number of others are up, and hospitals are still very busy during this flu season. So there's that. And then also there is no new guidance from any state or local public health authorities suggesting that things have changed or that social distancing is no longer necessary. So for those reasons, I believe we can still make the findings necessary and that we should adopt this resolution.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Spencer. Go ahead, Vice Chair Schlick.
So the County of San Diego is ending the emergency order as of February 28th to coincide with the state's ending of the emergency order due to COVID. So I would say we should approve of this measure, but that it should expire along with the county and state emergency orders on the 28th of February.
Thank you so very much, Vice Chair Schlick. Any other comments or questions? No, okay.
Yeah, I have no issue with having it end on the 28th.
Yeah, but that would be the emergency. I know that from the labor statistics, for example, in California, OSHA, even though the emergency resolution actually has ended, that doesn't mean that all the other provisions have ended as well. So that there are many changes, and certainly, if this is a measure that is protective, we are certainly effective in the way actually we meet, and we need to work and consider, eventually a transition. But right now, certainly, public health, definitely demands, for us not to be definitely, and which we have been, responsible, on those things. But we definitely, as Member Schlick, and she noted very well, we are definitely entering a very important transition, in this program and this status. If that is the case, I mean, that I personally, I mean, the support, no, I mean, the approval, I mean, of the continuance. I mean, so I would certainly move, I mean, that, excuse me, we continue to the continuance for teleconferencing until that time, that a very clear transition, I mean, has actually been worked. I mean, that's for the general, health and safety, not only, I mean, of the members of the board, but everybody, the public actually who participates on this meeting.
Just a question, Chair Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead.
I was under the impression that we're gearing up to be in person starting in March. And is that still up in the air?
Certainly, I mean, that's something that member clerk of the board is advising us, I mean, of two activities, I mean, that are considering the transfer, I mean, in March, so that we are following up on. And once all the details have been worked up, not only because of teleconference, but definitely how we're going to be meeting in person and conducting those meetings in person, I think, that we'll definitely communicate that to you. But we're gearing in that transition.
Oh, jump in, member or Chair Rodriguez. The state of emergency is ending on February 28th, so we are no longer allowed to meet via teleconference unless we follow the we're no longer allowed to meet under the revised teleconferencing procedures as of February 28th. So we will be needing to meet in person after that date.
So it's February 28th.
Yeah, but we certainly need to approve this measure today anyway, so we can continue to February. So
yeah, because I mean, it carries us, I mean, I guess not to the first meeting in March. So there is a motion. I mean, so do I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. I mean, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Member Gonzalez,
Aye.
Member Powers,
Aye.
Member Spencer,
Aye.
Vice Chair Schlick,
aye.
Chair Rodriguez.
Aye.
Madam Chair, that motion passes with all members present voting aye.
I mean, so thank you so very much. I mean, Madam Clerk, I would like certainly to ask you, I mean, if you could please share any announcements and reminders from the clerk of the board to the members.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Certainly one of the first announcements I like to make the board members aware of is the first in-person meeting will begin on March 9th of 2023. We will be meeting in person. And secondly, a reminder to the board members that Form 700s will be due April 1st this year of 2023. And if there are any questions, please feel free to contact me.
Madam Clerk, I mean, how will we be receiving notification directly from the state or from the clerk of the board on the Form 700 with the link?
By my knowledge, Madam Chair, those notifications may have already gone out. If that is not the case, please feel free to let me know.
Okay. So thank you so very much. I mean, again, just a kind reminder for me, particularly. So it's always trouble that I have on completing actually the Form 700. Okay, so any help, I mean, the Madam Clerk can definitely provide that to us. Are there any other comments or announcements, that we may want to share? Well, if that is the case, I mean, I think, that, this meeting has come, to the end, and this concludes our business for today. The next meeting, I mean, of the APCD hearing board will be a special meeting and will take place on February 16th, 2023 at 9 o'clock, in the morning. So have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Good week.
Bye-bye.